Lists are a very important concept in Python, and one we will come across frequently. In this section, we will look at assessing and appending to lists. In Python, lists are written with square brackets. For instance, let's say we wanted to create a list of seasons. We start with the square brackets and write out all of our elements, separating them each with a comma. So if we took 2014-15 season, 2015-16 season, and 2016-17 season, we now have a season list. Data types within a Python list do not need to be consistent, but that is preferred. As we mentioned before, we can use Python's type method to see which type of data type we are dealing with. In this case, we should see a list if we pass season list to the data type. So type season list, and you'll see we get a list. We can also pass a list into the length method to get the number of items in any given list. So if we typed in len and then our season list, we'll get 3. We have 1, 2, 3 elements in our list. We will be using Python lists a lot with our Pandas libraries. A lot of data frame methods can take a Python list as a parameter and will help us to better update our code over time. So let's say we wanted to access an item within our list. We can access the list items by referring to the index number in the square brackets. Remember that Python starts with 0 and not 1, so if we wanted to print the 2016-17 season, we would access it at the index 2. So if we had the season list and we wanted to access the 2016-17, this would be 0, 1, 2. So that would be 2. And let's print this by putting it in our print statement. And we should expect to get 2016-17. Now, if we wanted to access the first item, the 2014 and 15 season, we would pass the 0 into our square brackets. So season list, square brackets, 0. And again, let's print this. We get the 2014 and 15. If we put in an index number which is out of range, we will get an error returned to us. So let's say we had the season list and we wanted to access a 10th element that doesn't exist. You see we run it and we get an error saying this list index is out of range. Great, so we can also use square brackets to slice lists. So let's say we wanted to just print the 2015 and 16 and 2016-17 season, but not the 2014 or 15 season. We would write the following. Season list, and we'll take 1 to 3. The 1 means to start at the second element in the list, 0, 1. The 3 means to end at the third element in the list, but not include it. The colon in the middle is how Python lists recognize that we want to use slicing to get objects within the list. So let's say we wanted to slice the first 2 elements. We could say start at the first and go to 0, 1, 2, but not include it. And just to show you that the output would actually be the same as the print output, we get the 14-15 and 15-16 season. Elements can also be added to the end of the list with the append method. So if we want to add a new season to our list, we can append it with the following command. Season list.append, and let's say we wanted to add the 2017-18 season. We run this. And now if we were to print our season list, we would expect to see the new season added. And now if we took the length of our season list, it should be 4 instead of 3. Note that it will always be appended to the end of the list unless otherwise specified. The argument can take any data type, but we should keep it consistent with what the list is currently comprised of. In this instance, we added a new season ID to the season list. Let's take another example, this time passing a variable instead of a string directly. Let's create a list called banana boat, and it will be comprised of LeBron James, Chris Paul, and Dwayne Wade. Great, let's run that. Now, if we had Carmelo Anthony, let's save him to a variable new member. Run that. So now if we were to print our new member variable, you see we have Carmelo Anthony. And let's use that same append method, banana boat. We take the list name we want to append to, dot append, and instead of writing in the string directly, we can just pass the variable new member, run it, and let's print the banana boat to see if we have everyone there. And you see Carmelo Anthony was added at the end. Great, let's look at dictionaries now.